Welcome to the latest article from Clive. God inspired, so I carefully write them down to share them with you. Say, how are you doing? How's life treating you? Thank you for taking your time to spend a few precious moments with us. Life is a trial by the mile, not a cinch by the inch. This article is entitled, God Phoned Me. Here is a story that I read some time ago in a great book, and it is only one of a huge collection of God's intimate and miraculous caring for his children, listed all within its pages. This comes from a book called Mega Shift, and it was written by James Rutz, and this is Miracle 135 on page 54. Quote, "It's very motivating to know that God has your name, and not just on file, he also has your phone number. In 1990, I spoke to Ken Gorb, now 66, a pastor who was once on vacation in a motorhome. He and his family stopped for food on Route 741 south of Dayton, Ohio, and he took a short walk to get a Coke and to stretch his legs. Strolling past a gas station, he noticed the phone ringing incessantly in a phone booth in front of the gas station. Out of curiosity, he answered it. The operator said, 'Long distance call for Ken Gorb.' Ken almost choked on a chunk of ice from the Coke. The call was from Pennsylvania, a woman who had heard him speak on TV. Sobbing profusely, she told Ken that she felt he was the only one in the world who could ever help her. She was writing a suicide note when God gave her the phone number of the booth, so she immediately phoned it." Here is another from page 26 of the same book. Quote, "In the 2-Minute Miracle, my colleague Lynn Reddick relates a story from a friend of his, gospel singer Candy Hempel Christmas. It's about a childhood friend of hers named Bobby. Over the years, he became rebellious as anger, bitterness, and resentment took root in his life, against God, against his parents, his church. His life became consumed with drugs, and he gradually became shackled into addiction. One day, Bobby disappeared. His heartbroken parents didn't know if he'd killed himself with an overdose or he was murdered by a drug gang. For 2 years, they didn't hear anything from their son, not a single phone call, a letter. He had just simply vanished. Bobby's dad felt the crushing grip of months of pent-up frustration and pain. So while driving in the outskirts of Arkansas City where he lived, in grief, he pulled his car off the side of the road, got out, walked off some distance into the highway. He pointed his fingers to the north and yelled with all his might, 'Bobby, come home!' Turning to the south, he shouted into the wind, 'Bobby, come home!' To the east, to the west, the exact same words. 2 days later, his dad heard a knock at the door. There stood Bobby. Bobby was home. It didn't take long before his dad asked, 'Son, what brought you home?' 'Dad,' Bobby said, 'I was sitting on the front porch of an old shack on the very edge of the desert in Arizona, stoned out of my mind. A wind started to blow, and it suddenly grew stronger. Dad, I could have sworn that I heard your voice in the wind saying, "Bobby, come home." And Dad, I got here as fast as I could.'" Proverbs 18:21, "Life and death are in the power of the tongue." James 1:26-27, "If any man among you seem to be religious, and bridleth not his tongue, but deceiveth his own heart, this man's religion is vain. Pure religion and undefiled before God and the Father is this, to visit the fatherless, the widows in their affliction, and to keep himself unspotted from the world." James 3:1-17, "My brethren, be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation, for in many things we offend all. If any man offend not in word, the same is a perfect man, and able also to bridle the whole body. Behold, we put bits in horses' mouths, that they may obey us, and we turn about their whole body. Behold also the ships, which though they be so great, and are driven of the fierce winds, yet are they turned about with a small helm, whithersoever the governor listeth. Even so the tongue is a little member, and boasteth great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth, and the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue among our members, that it defileth the whole body, and setteth on fire the course of nature, and it is set on fire of hell. For every kind of beast and bird, and of serpent, and things of the sea is tamed, and hath been tamed of mankind. But the tongue can no man tame. It is an unruly evil, full of deadly poison. Therein bless we God, even the Father, and therefore curse we men, which are made after the similitude of God. Out of the same mouth proceedeth blessings and cursings. My brethren, these things ought not to be. Doth a fountain send forth at the same time sweet water and bitter? Can the fig tree, my brethren, bear olive berries, either a vine figs? So can no fountain both yield salt water and fresh. Who is a wise man, and endureth with knowledge among you? Let him show out of a good conversation his works with meekness and wisdom. But if ye have bitter envying and strife in your heart, glory not, and lie not against the truth. This wisdom descendeth not from above, but is earthly, sensual, devilish. For where envying and strife is, there is confusion and every evil work. But the wisdom that is from above is firstly pure, and then peaceable, gentle, and easy to be entreated, full of mercy and good fruits, without partiality and without hypocrisy. And the fruit of righteousness is sown in peace of them that make peace. Dear friend, let us use our tongues to bless and to confess our sins firstly, and then to be a blessing to those around us, and to let God use us, as God knows exactly where we are, what is happening in your daily life, because God even has your telephone number. Matthew 10:30, but the very hairs of your head are all numbered. Fear ye not therefore, ye are of more value than many sparrows. When was the last time you phoned up God, had a cheerful chat, and how often has God phoned you? Say, did you even pick up an answer? Thank you for a few moments of your very precious time. We will let you get back to whatever you were doing. It is a pleasure to share this article with you, and we're looking forward to meeting again on the next one. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing this with friends and family. So we'll see you on the next one. Till then, please stay safe.